Join me in a day of driving for Amazon Flex. Let's take a look at driving a complete day for Amazon Flex, from checking your app, using the navigation system, driving to the warehouse, packing your car, reading your packing slips, some tips to make your route more efficient, and signing out and collecting pay. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but I want to walk you through a day of Amazon Flex. So first things first, you're going to be using your phone all day on an Android or Apple device. If you want to switch into power saving mode, this is going to save your battery because it's going to be running all day. I've actually got the notification. It gives you an hour before your block starts. I have a noontime block, so I'm starting in 9 minutes, but I'm already here. I'm going to turn on my Wi-Fi. This will let me attach to the Amazon Guest, which is actually out of range right now. But this is so my scans in and out will go well. Once you're in the warehouse, the Wi-Fi or the cellular data is a little difficult. So I'm going to open up the Amazon Flex app here and just show you really quick. Hopefully this will show up. So it's going to load. Give me 1 minute, obviously. And this start part right here is because I have a block available. If I check this, there's no available blocks here. This opens up the itinerary. Right now, because I have a block, the home button is going to go to the start route. This is the offers. This lets me see anything that's offered. I drove a lot this week, so they're not offering me anything more. A calendar. This lets you see your blocks or set up availability. So if you go into set up availability, it lets you scroll through and set times to reserve. Also in the calendar, if I click on today, I'll see that I have a noon to 4 p.m. block. And I'm going to rush this video because I got 7 minutes right now. So next is my earnings. So if you can see this past week, this isn't even a week. This is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I did, it's not even Friday, it's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for $3.39. I worked from approximately noontime to 7 o'clock at night, but you're not working that much. There's help, feedback, training videos, and your settings. But let's go into this home screen here. You hit start, and it's going to say, okay, you got to head to the pickup station, and it's going to hit start travel. And this will give you step-by-step directions all the way to the station. Let me see if I can actually, I'm in a parking lot here. So maybe I can show you a little bit. So now I'm traveling on the route. I have my vest with me. So you're going to need to put your vest on ahead of time. Don't try this at home, people. I just want to drive across the parking lot here enough that the app changes the GPS location so that it realizes that I'm actually at the warehouse, and I can show you the next stage of what happens. So here you go. Once you get to the station, it's going to give you the I arrived button. You hit I arrived. You hit scan arrival code. And then when I get into the warehouse, they're going to have a code. I'm going to use my phone to scan into the warehouse, which will then change it to your pickup packages, which will be added here. So when you have a pickup, there wasn't a scan code there. It would allow me scan packages. And then once they're scanned, you get an itinerary that you can look at. I'll discuss this after I pick up, but you can look at your list, your map, and your summary. So I'm going to go into the warehouse now. I can't film inside. I'm going to do some pickups, and then I'll film a little bit afterwards and show you how I look at my route and check everything out before I start going for the day. Hey guys, gals, whoever. We are going in. I just want to do a little filming of going actually into the Amazon Flex area. I apologize for the noise of the blinkers, and this will be a super short video because I'm actually at the entrance and I'll have to scan in. But I wanted to see if you could see the building here. We all have our hazards on. We're waiting in line here, and you slowly move towards this door. It's 92 degrees here in New England today. on May 2nd, so the door is wide open. Normally, there's a door there that's automated. Let me move over, see if you can see the stop sign. And you'll sit there at the stop sign, and it'll either pop open or pop, when people aren't using it, pop open based on sensors that are on the door. So the line forms, they're supposed to get here 15 minutes earlier. You hit the arrive button, and now you hit the scan button to check in. And I'm going into the building now to check in. As you see, it tells you have to wear your high visibility vest. But now that I'm in the warehouse, I'm going to turn this off because I need to scan in to actually pick up my packages. But I thought that I would give you a little look. If you see, you can actually, some days they'll have you go to the right here, and there's 2 lanes. Today they're having us go left, and there'll be 2 lanes of a split. But I have to check in, so I'm going to actually turn my phone off. But tune in, and I'm going to do some more video. I apologize for the background noise. I was trying to find a quiet spot here, but every time I find a quiet spot, somebody comes near me. I'm going to be behind the warehouse now, so I've packed up. I usually put my envelopes in one area, the larger packages back here, the smaller packages stacked up on the side. So I'm going to do a close-up of this list, but here's what they give you. They give you this is a 4-hour drive. This is my load number, and these are the areas that I'm going to be going to. So I have 5 packages on the TP5994. This isn't very important to look at. I also went through my packages to make sure that nothing was going to be closed. So I'm working here on a Tuesday, June 5th. But if you're working a Saturday or a Sunday or after 5 p.m., you want to scan each individual package to make sure that the area is going to be open, so you don't have to return to the warehouse. If you just scan the giant bags, sometimes they'll sneak in packages that aren't ready to be sent or that are canceled, and you'll be stuck or have to return with a package. So as I have my sheet here, and let me block this address here. If you see that, that's 5990, and if I look over here at 5990, I have 6 packages. So this is a Westerly, Mass code. This is the QR code, and this is the TBA number associated with that. So let me grab this list and head into my front of my vehicle here. So if we look up here, I've already scanned in my packages, and now we got a little bit different part of the app. Now we have today's itinerary, which will show up as mapped blocks once I swipe in. So right now, I still have my pickup screen available. And if I were to try and scan this package, it'll tell me that it's already been picked up. Actually, I'm not going to be able to do that. But this is the barcode here. This is the scanner part. And on your package, you're going to be scanning that large TBA code or that QR code with that package. So once you're done in the warehouse and you have all your packages packed up like I did, let me steady this for you. You're just going to swipe here, and it's going to say finished. It's going to take a couple minutes, and it's going to organize a route for you. Now that it's organized a route, my first drop-off is going to have 3 deliveries. What I do now, while I'm close to the thing, is I go into my itinerary here. I look up on the map, and I look at this area here. Let me zoom in. These are all my drop-offs. So what's peculiar is this one here, number 16. So I got one package that's sending me out to Needham. So luckily for me, I'm going to actually take that package. It's on the way. Had I done this in the warehouse instead of doing this here, I would have probably dropped 16 and not ended up doing 16. I would have told them that it was out of my area. But because I'm making this setup for you, I'm going to leave it in. So you can preview the route. It'll show you where you're going to go. Or if you go into the itinerary, you'll also see here on the summary, I have 46 drop-offs, 1 commercial, and I have matches my list here. So my list actually says 47 with one commercial, and this says 46. So that's why I do these things individually. But my to-do list is only 35, so there's going to be some multiple packages here. As the day goes on, there shouldn't be any problems in here. Again, let me go back to this map and just show you. If you organize this and click on one of these addresses, it used to let you edit it. I don't know how to do that anymore. Oh, all right. So here's your list of all the stuff. I really don't want to show you the people's addresses. But now I'm going to click on current stop. This will organize my route. I'll hit start.
Head towards Route 109 on a local road, then turn right.
And this is going to give me step-by-step directions to my first delivery, which is 3 drop-off packages. See if I can give you a look here into what's going on. So we're just about arriving at the first stop.
Turn left on Carver Road. In about 300 feet, your destination is on the right.
So this is going to say I arrived
At your destination on the right.
a little bit before. So then you're going to start looking for the address, and that's my address there on the right-hand side. So what'll happen is you'll arrive at the property, and then you just hit this arrive button. It's going to pull up the address for you. You hit scan packages, and it's going to show you the addresses here. So once you pick one of the addresses, you're going to once again scan the barcode. And then after you scan the barcode, it's going to give you an option of where to drop the package off. Whether you give it to the individual, drop it at the front door, or put it in the back or in a shelter of some sort or a mailroom. And then it might ask you to take a picture of where the package is. So you take a picture of the package and put use photo, and then you go on to the next. So it's actually starting to rain today. So what you're going to want to carry with you, and they'll give this to you at the warehouse, some of these plastic bags. I have my next delivery here. I've already scanned them. Once I scan them, I throw them in this bag, tie the top, and I'll throw that on the porch, mark that it was put on the front porch, take a picture, and move on to the next property. Couple tips. So if you can, I like to pull up on the left side of the road here. This way I can open my door and not close it. Because if you're opening and closing your door 40 times a day, it's going to be 80 times a day. Open, close to get in, get out. You're going to do a lot of damage and wear and tear of your car. So I'll leave the door open like that on the side of the road. You can see that my package is starting to dwindle. So what there's actually is reorganized. I'm putting the blocks together now. These are similar streets that are going on. And my next stop, I'll pull it up. Oh, can't see it. Let me get in the car here. So I just dropped off on this particular road. And when I hit start travel, if I look, I'm on Sheridan right now, and I want to get to Madison. Madison's actually behind me. If you notice, that arrow is pointing towards me. I mean, towards where I need to go. And the blue dot is me. But it's relocating you every time you stop. So what I'm going to actually do is look at my map each time and decide whether or not I want to turn around. Now, depending on the area you're in, you won't be able to park on the left side of the road. So here I had to park on the right side. So what I did with my door is instead of slamming it shut, I just leave it somewhat open. So you're not hinging all day. Now I only have one shift today from noon to 4. So what I like to do throughout the day is go into here and check my offers. Now I haven't had offers all day. I'm assuming this is because I've worked so many hours. It's an independent contractor, 1099, so you can't have more than 7 hours in a day, and I believe it's 29 in a work cycle. So I'm not sure when their work cycle ends, but I'll probably be receiving offers. But if you don't have an afternoon shift and you have a morning shift, you want to keep checking and refreshing this. So once you do that, you can go back to current stop, and it'll automatically calculate. You hit start travel.
Turn right on Cedar Street, then turn right.
And you're back on your route for the day. Another thing I want you to take note of, it's towards the end of the day. If you notice, these packages here are all generically wrapped, although they do have the Amazon labels. Here is an actual printer though, which is my next drop off. With this package, usually I'm going to ring the door and try and give it to somebody. You definitely don't want to leave this in eye shot from the street. So I'll probably either drop this in the back where it's out of sight, or try and talk to the homeowner, ring the doorbell. That's another tip. If you look on your app or you look on your label, notice the first name of the individual that owns the house who the drop-off's for. So if you are approaching the door and somebody comes out, you can greet them by name and say, "Hello, John. I'm David from Amazon. I have a special delivery for you." All right. So we started at 12 noon. It's 2:47 p.m. It was about a 38-minute commute to when I first started delivering. And obviously I've been stopping to film all day. So here's my last drop off. I used that photo. I swipe to finish. And the app is going to recognize that I finished my shift for the day. It's going to take a couple seconds here. Now, the block was from noon to 4 p.m. So I'm not going to be able to actually see the earnings on this block until after 4 p.m. So if you finished a shift and you're worried about your pay, don't. What'll happen is once the allotted amount of time the block actually ends, the pay will go in there. So unfortunately, if you're quicker than that time, you can't pick up another block. So if you make a mistake, I believe I'll be treated fairly. So at the end of each of these Amazon things, they give you a little survey. Sometimes it's about how the warehouse was, deliveries. So I'm going to say strongly agree right here. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. But first, let's finish this up. So now I can check for more blocks. And like I said, I think I filled up my allotted amount of time for this week. So if we go here to my earnings, I'll be able to see my old earnings from last week. So I did the Saturday, Sunday, and Monday morning and afternoon shift. I made $399. This current shift won't show up until 4 p.m. Then at 4 p.m., I'll be able to take a look at it. Next, if I go to the home screen here, I can either set my availability or go to a new location. Okay, the other thing you can do, if you have a problem or concern, I've had blocks in the past that gave me something that was way out of my area. They took me 4 or 5 hours. If you go in here to help, and then you go down to contact us and send an email. If you send an email and let Amazon know that there was an error, a lot of times they'll reimburse you. So if I come back here to my earnings, I had a shift that sent me way out of the way. So if you see this day right here, this was supposed to be a 3-hour shift and it took me 4 hours. They gave me 5 separate towns. So I called them up and they adjusted the block and gave me an additional $38. So if you ask them for help, and they feel like you haven't been treated correctly, they'll actually fix that. So I'm sorry that my camera is a little bit blurry. All right, there we go. It readjusted. You can see the 38. It's steamy in here. It's starting to rain. I'm going to call it a day and head back to my office and start editing this video. That's it. A day of driving for Amazon Flex. If there is anything I missed or anything you'd like me to add or something you'd like to see in a future video, please comment it below. Share this video with any Flex drivers you think it might be helpful or somebody that you want that's going to be starting it. You can check all more stuff out or the sign up for Amazon Flex is at davewrightthecapitalist.com/Amazon Flex. All the links to all the stuff that I make is on my website, davewrightthecapitalist.com. Have a great day.